Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome everybody. This is lesson 7 of the MemoQ intermediate skills. If you are here in this lesson, please understand that we have 6 lessons before this one, and without them you will not be able to do anything here in this lesson. It might teach you something, but we prefer that you follow the procedures from lesson 1 until lesson 6. Then you come here to lesson 7. There will be several files also to be downloaded from the website www.arabtranslators.org/library. The course is divided so far into 2 modules. The first one is for the basic operators. It's from lesson 1 to 4. And now we have the intermediate skills, which is beginning in lesson 6. It hasn't been finished yet. We are uploading it step by step. In today's lesson, we will talk about using previously translated material and making use of them in MemoQ. So the question is always, if I have an already translated material and I have now purchased MemoQ from its official vendor, which is www.memoq.com, how can I benefit from that translation instead of starting from scratch? Because you know that MemoQ comes like any other CAD tool, empty, it has no memories, no term bases. It's not the job of the manufacturer, it's your job to fill in the gap here. So this is the question which is legitimately asked by many people. If I have already made lots of translation work, how can I feed them into the memories of MemoQ? First of all, I need just to explain something. When MemoQ starts with the work, with any work whatsoever, it has its own procedures and it applies those procedures by what we call segmenting the source file and the target file. It means that you give it the file, it looks in the file in a specific way and divides the sentences or the portions or utterances or whatsoever in a specific way that it best understands. So we will start first of all with some theoretical steps, just to tell you what we're doing here, and then we will give you some practical exercises. So please bear with me, we will just make some theories just to see how the steps are. These are the PowerPoints, and you can download the PowerPoints as well. If you download them, you will have all the steps explained to you so that you can have it as a reference for your future work. Now, first of all, you have already made in lesson 6 and 5, you made a project which is called Forced Migration Project. We want you to open the source text in Office. So before you go to the MemoQ, we want you to open the source file and select all, cut, paste, special, unformatted. We want you to unformat the whole text, then to save and to close. We'll explain this later on in the practical exercise. And do the same with the target text. Now the next step, we want to check on the project to make sure that its memory and term base are associated with the project by putting a tick in the right square. And there is a warning here. Whenever you work with this project, for these exercises, for my training here on MemoQ, we would like to ask you to always use the English UK and Arabic pairs all the time. Otherwise, there will be errors. If you choose other pairs and here you choose the United Kingdom English, for example, and while in the previously created project you used the United States, you will have some errors and nothing will work. So please, for the sake of exercise, just to stick to the language pair that we have decided, which is English, United Kingdom, and Arabic. What do we want to do? As I explained, MemoQ needs to segment the whole files that you have. So it will take the original text, which is from English, in English. It will segment it in its own way. It will take the Arabic text, which is a translation, segment it in its own way, and then it tries to align them. So it tries to see which translation unit in English goes with which translation unit in Arabic. What we want to do is to go to the live docs tabs. This is the process we started in this way, and then we proceed with the other procedures. Now this is an example. For example, let's say that you have the file which has only one sentence, which is a cat chases mice, and in Arabic it's القطة تطارد الفئران. How do I make MemoQ understand that a cat chases mice equals القطة تطارد الفئران? It is through the live docs that we talked about. This is what we call alignment, and there's a GIF file that will help you through the process. Again, I say this is just theoretical at the moment. I will guide you step by step with everything, so don't worry about that. Here are the steps for you in order to do the job alone. If you are doing the PowerPoints without the necessity to open the video file, you can have this one. It is to go to the live docs and then to right click and create a new. We want to create a corpus. So in principle, we usually present this PowerPoint in an ordinary classroom, and each step we ask the trainees to do something, but here it doesn't work because we do not have any trainees on an online course. For that reason, we are just reviewing them. Here are more steps. Now here is the animation. It shows you exactly what we are doing. We have created the corpus. Add alignment pairs. We are adding now the source. And then we will add the target. Add target documents. The blue line here means that the computer, the MemoQ, has made the alignment automatically. Now we enter the file to see if there is something wrong with the alignment that we can fix. Here, if you can see, he speaks English, he speaks French. There are two sentences, and here in Arabic there are also two sentences, but I would like to split them so that هي تتكلم الفرنسية equals she speaks French. I split. We call it split. Now after I split, I highlight the Arabic and I highlight the English as well, and then I synchronize them. Create synchron link, and then I click the confirm or auto links to say that everything is fine. Then I say alignment is finished. Close the alignment. We have made the alignment now, and we go now to export. We ask the computer to export to ATN. Keep all values default, just choose the memory that you want to store the material in. We have now exported the aligned documents to the forced migration memory. Let's open it and see if it reads them or not. Now, as you can see, everything is stored correctly. So that's all for this animation. That's the end of the presentation of the PowerPoint. Now let's get down to business. Now what we are going to do is to open a source file and a target file and align them and export them to the memory. Let's do this practical exercise first of all, because before we go to MemoQ, I would like to ask you now to go to the playground folder. We have the source text and the English text. Open the source text, please. In the source text, we have some paragraphs that I quoted from the Forced Migration Review site. They are in English. I intentionally changed the colors to tell you that Whenever you see colors or any kind of formats, for the sake of this exercise, memory feedback, we will memory feeding. Sorry, we would like to remove all the format. Let me explain this because this is very important. If you have this very file, and somebody asks you to translate it as is, we translate it as it is through MemoQ without changing anything in the format, because we want to produce a file which has the same format. Even if there are links, hyperlinks, whatsoever, we keep them as they are. However, if you want to get a previously translated file and insert it into the memory so that you have better memory, you have increased memory capacity in your MemoQ for future projects, this is another story. In this regard, we do not need the format. So, Control A, select all, then cut, Control X, and then paste the special unformatted. So we have erased the whole format. Then save. Now close the file and go to the target text. In the target text, I did the same, I changed some format, but most importantly, the translation here is not from the website, it's the translation of this source text, because in the original files, in the original website, the Arabic talks to the Arabs, so it has special offerings in terms of the FMR, the forced migration review. For example, it offers them what is called the listing called Hijra. This is not in English, so the English has its own audience and the Arabic has its own audience. For that reason, this is my own translation. I have changed something in it. You do the same thing now. Copy, copy and select all and cut. And then you do the same thing, paste the special without formatting, but please keep it to the right to do better as an alignment. Now we will close it. We need now to go to MemoQ after we have closed it in order to begin our work in the alignment. Let's go. Let's see the alignment. This is the project. It's forced migration project. The same thing. We haven't changed anything in it. You see, it's in the top. Forced migration English UK into Arabic. I'm pointing it with my mouse. Go to Live Docs, please. Here. In the upper workstation, please right-click. Create new. For the time being, keep it please my corpus. We do not want to change anything in it. Now we have the corpus here. We go there to the workstation there. In the lower workstation, we add alignment pairs. Right click. Click here. What is the source? This one. Now the target. This one. If you want to unlink them for any reason, maybe you are not happy with the alignment, you have multiple files, for example, and you think something wrong with them, you can simply unlink them by right-click, unlink documents. Then you can link them up by highlighting both of them and then right-click, link documents. You press OK. Now we have it here in the lower workstation, please. Let's double-click. Now the computer has made automatic alignment. We just try to see if this alignment is correct or not. This one I read it, and this one I read it, they are correct. This one is correct. The same thing here, the same thing here. I'm reading them just because I know them, they are correctly aligned. Some of you may ask the question, if I have mistakes, this is very important. If I have mistakes or incompatibility between English and Arabic, what should I do? I say to you, just align those that are together and forget other other the mistakes will not be aligned, will not be taken into memory. Now for this very simple task, MemoQ has been able to automatically adjust all of them correctly without any problem. But in some cases, if for example you feel that this highlighted portion goes with this one, for example, while this one goes with that other one here, you just use the right click and the split. You split the segments and link them up again. Anyway, this is something that needs to be talked about in a special lesson about wrong alignments and how to align them together. Basically, we have a very good alignment here. As we said, if there are any mistakes, keep the mistakes as they are. Do not do anything with them because they will not be taken into the memory. Just do the alignments here. This is the suggested alignment by the computer. Do you agree or not? I agree with all of them. I do not agree with all of them. It's up to you. Let's first of all say that I do not agree. I do not agree with this alignment, although it is correct, by the way, but let's assume that it's wrong. I go there. This one is wrong, for example. What should I do here is that simply we want to remove the link insertion. This one, we click them together and then you see this icon, remove link or insertion. Now I have removed them, I made them orphans. How to link them again? Just this one and this one, highlight them and then right click, create synchro link. They are good now. If I'm not happy with all the alignments, I go to the remove all auto links. The computer has just kept me this one because this was done manually. And then I can choose this one and this one. I say link. You see them. Please use synchro. The cross link, as you can see here, we have a cross link. It has another story. We will talk about it when we have any problem with the alignment, we deal with it. But anyway, let's just synchro. How to do that again? Highlight this one, highlight this one, and then say to the computer, I want this one to be linked to that one. This one is linked to that one, and so forth. So we have aligned them. When the computer has given you the auto links automatically, if they are in green, it means simply that the computer is suggesting to you, it hasn't confirmed. To confirm them, you click here, confirm all auto links, and all of them will be turned into blue. Alignment is finished. You tick this one, and then export to TM. Can you see this one? Let's click. We have this memory that we associated with the project, and by the way, it's still empty. There is nothing inside it, nothing at all. Let's see what will happen now if we press OK. What will happen? Now, nothing has happened. Okay, that's fine, but we have created the memory. We have fed the memory with this alignment. Now let's go to the translation memory after we have closed it. We finished our work with this one. We go to the translation memories. This one, I want to see what result is there. Right click please and go to the edit. This dialog window doesn't affect anything, just please keep things as they are and then just OK. You see what's happened? What happened is that everything here has been installed. Everything has been installed. By this, we have already successfully. We have aligned the source text to the target text of a previously translated document. This was the first task, and the second task is that we entered this information into the MemoQ memory. Why all of this? Next lesson, lesson 8, we will start translating the documents and see how we benefit from this memory. Thank you very much for listening. Remember to come back to see lesson 8 for the translation. We will use the pre-translate task and see what will happen. Thank you again. Goodbye.